Hi everybody, my name's Craig with Travel and Tartan. Today I have got an awesome review for you on the Chase Sapphire Preferred travel card. This for me is the best beginner travel card, and quite frankly it's great for everybody. It's an awesome card. I had this card. It was actually my first travel credit card that I got, so it's near and dear to my heart. I'm going to take you through the reasons why I think it's the best card, your bonus, what you can do with it, and all the incidental other nonsense that comes along with it that some people will use, some people won't, but we'll talk through all of that and you can make your mind up for yourself. All right, so without further ado, let's have at it. First thing Chase gives you is the bonus. This is the best part of the card, no doubt. 60,000 points right now. It was 50,000 and they bumped it up to 60,000. That's worth, in Chase money, $750 according to them. I think you can get way more value from it than that, but you have to be a little bit careful how you spend those points. But nevertheless, 750 points, $750 is pretty good money. How much is the card? The card's 95 bucks, call it 100. But you don't pay that for the first year. So for the first year, you get nothing in the card. So even if you took the card out, used it, didn't really like it, as long as you got your bonus, you just made $750 before you even started doing anything. Based on the bonus part of it, so what do you have to do to get that? 60,000 points. To get your 60,000 points, you have to spend $4,000 in the first 3 months. Could be easy, could be difficult. Depends on obviously your budget, how you're spending stuff, things like that. The one thing to bear in mind is it's 3 months from the day you open the card, not from when you get the card in your hand. So you have to be a little bit careful with that. Ideally, you burn through that money as fast as you possibly can and just get it done with. There's millions of ways you can actually use that card to get that 4,000 spend on there. It's tax time, you could put it on taxes. It isn't really worth doing that, but you could if you use if you're a renter and your landlord takes plastic, which is an online service you can use to transfer money to them. You can use your credit card. Again, you've got a fee for that, but if you have to in a pinch, you could always do it. It's worth doing some sort of shenanigans to get you that $4,000 spend. They used to also have a secondary card holder could get it, and they had I think they used to have a bonus for that, but they've taken that away now. However, it is still free, so more than one person can have a card and you can both spend on it. You can also, while you're spending, so you're getting your $4,000 spending, you're still making points. You're generating points on that too, because that's purchases. So how much is that? Well, if it's travel or dining, it's 2 points per dollar. And then it's 1 point per dollar on everything else. So at a base level, there are better cards. Even if you stay in the Chase family, you could say the Freedom Unlimited cards gives you 1.5 points per dollar. So obviously that's a better spend on a regular for regular everyday purchases. The Freedom card, the Chase Freedom Basic Freedom card gives you the quarterly bonuses where you can get up to $75 in bonus. Again, it's much more valuable in points, but that's rotating every quarter. So you know, there's different cards there that you can use depending on what your spend is, and I'll go into those cards as well. We'll do some reviews on those as well. They're basic cards and they're free, but honestly they're fantastic to maximize your points. Let me get back to the bloody card I'm supposed to be talking about. So once you get your bonus out of the way, $750 in Chase money. Now that's at 1.25 cents per point for the Chase Travel Portal. So you can actually go onto the Chase Travel Portal and you can use all your points and just book travel. Whether it's hotels, whether it's flights, you can just book it. You get 1.25 cents per point, and that's where they're deriving that $750 from. You can definitely get way more value than that if you transfer to other partners. and your transfer partners are awesome. So Ultimate Rewards, which is what you get with Chase, that alone is a very, very powerful program, because you can use it, you can transfer out. But when you do transfer out, you're transferring it into other airlines. You can now use it at airlines, you can use it on hotels. So the airlines, the big player in my mind is United, and the reason for that is because they're Star Alliance. So as soon as you hit Star Alliance, now you've got United, Lufthansa, Swiss, Austrian, Thai, Turkish Airlines, awesome food on Turkish business. There's a host, ANA, for flying to the Japan, areas like that in Asia. I mean, huge choices. You've also got other ones like Singapore, KrisFlyer, but you can actually transfer directly from Chase anyway, so that's not as big a deal. You've also got I believe KLM, Flying Blue, so you've got KLM and Air France. I actually just used points from Chase to KLM, and I booked Delta flight to Europe in business class. So KLM gives you access to Delta. So now, as you can see, you're blossoming out to all sorts of airlines that you can use that don't really mean just United or KLM. You've also got JetBlue, Southwest, Virgin Atlantic. So there's BA. BA gives you your Avios. So now you've got BA, you've got Aer Lingus, you've got Iberia. You've got a huge choice of what to do. I'll stick all that up on the screen so you can see it. Hotels is the other piece. So hotels, you've got Marriott, you've got World of Hyatt, you've got IHG, which realistically, if you can't find a hotel between those three, there's something wrong with you. I don't feel this is useful. I don't really transfer my points to hotels because I really don't think you get as much value from it. But there you go. I actually have a Marriott card, which I use. I got a nice bonus on 100,000 points bonus for that, for getting the card with a spend. And I used it to book a 4-day trip to Boston, which I think the hotel was $700 a night. And or 3 days, I got it for free. I don't know, it sounds great. God, what am I talking about? Guys, you gotta keep me back on track here, come on. All right, so bonus, transferring. I would definitely recommend transferring rather than using it on the Chase portal. I think, again, you get more value from transferring it out. You got 2 times points on dining and travel. So we talked about that like 10 minutes ago. So 2 times points on travel, dining. I don't know how much travel and dining you do, but every single dollar you spend on travel or dining, you're getting 2 times points for. So that's a pretty good deal. And I actually have a post that I'm putting up on my blog for this credit card review, in case you'd prefer to read than watch me. And I break down like an average spend maybe for the year. Obviously, I don't know how much you spend. You may spend, I don't know, 10 grand on a credit card in a year. You might spend 50 grand on a credit card more, I don't know. But I try to kind of do a basic idea of if you spent this kind of money, and some of it was on travel, some of it was dining, some of it was regular spend, what you end up with. I don't really remember the total numbers in the end, but with $60,000, yeah, $60,000 would be nice. 60,000 points bonus plus probably about 25 or 30,000 points you could get for the rest of the year. I mean, you're talking about having, you know, 60, 80,000, something like that. I mean, you could take, with that, you could do 30,000 points gives you, if you just simply transfer it to United and use United, if you use a saver flight, then 60,000 points gets you return on economy to Europe from the US. 60,000 gets you one-way business class. So I mean, you could go, and you could take a business class flight coming back. I prefer to come back on business if I had the choice, because when you're going on business, you're sleeping most of the time from US to Europe. But coming back, you've got a longer flight, you get more chance to enjoy it, you can enjoy the food and everything like that, rather than just trying to get some sleep. But that's an option for you, so that's ideal if that's what you wanted to do. Just get rambling. All right, next, the other sort of sundry things that I think at some point helps somebody, but anybody could get value out of them, or they may say they don't get any value out of them. Your trip benefits. So a couple of different trip benefits here you've got, and some of them are pretty powerful if you need to use them. So the first one is rental cars. You get primary rental insurance. That basically means you can just decline the insurance that whatever company is trying to hawk at you. So you're already covered as a primary if you're using the card. As long as you use the card, it's not if you have the card in your wallet, you need to use the card. But that gets you your primary insurance, so that if something happens, you're covered for the car. You also get trip delay. So if you're either overnight or over 12 hours, you can claim trip delay insurance, which gives you money towards hotel, money towards food, money towards, you know, sundries that you may need. And depending on how much you're having to spend, that can be easily a few $100s, depending on where you are. So that could pay for the card many times over. Like I said, it was a $95, $100 a year. So really that covers you. If it's $200, that's 2 years worth of the annual fee covered in one usage. I used that actually during Atlanta power outage at the airport. We got back to the airport. Now, it's a funny story here. So a friend actually texted me while we were in the aquarium, the Georgia Aquarium. Fabulous. You should go and see it if you haven't. And told me that the power was out at Atlanta airport. And of course I didn't believe him, because why would I believe him? It was just obviously a stupid text. He was being silly. So we actually got back to the airport, and it's awfully dark in here. Nothing worked, no phones. We were flying Southwest. They didn't pay for a hotel or anything like that. So we were on our own. So we got hotel, transfer fees, food, some stuff at a gas station, you know, contacts, solution, all that kind of jazz. And I claimed it back. I got it in maybe 3 weeks. We had a little back and forth to send in receipts and get the information from Southwest, but that was it, and they got it, and they got me money in a few weeks. So that covered me for years worth of that card. I mean, it's great. Now, hopefully you will never have to use that. It would be ideal if you would never have to use that, but the chances are there is no chance that if you're traveling your whole life that you're not either going to lose your bags at some point, or you're going to have some sort of delay that's not covered by the airline. So that's something. Now, if you get the reserve card, you're 6 hours instead of 12 hours. That's one of the differences with that. So that's that. Baggage. Just talked about baggage. Baggage is obviously a big deal. Last thing you want is to get to your destination. You're watching at the carousel. You're just waiting and waiting. All these bloody bags are going round and round, and yours is never freaking coming. And then the carousel stops, and your heart just falls out your ass. So, you know, I have to say that's happened to me, I think, once in the entire time I've been flying my whole life. And I believe it was years ago when I was a kid, and our luggage, one of our suitcases got lost, and I think we were coming home. So I don't even think it mattered. But that's, to be fair, the only time it's ever happened. Now, I almost did it to someone else once, when I just went and I picked up my bag, my suitcase, and I was halfway out the exit to the transfer. I think I was in Canada. And I don't know what made me look, but suddenly I decided to look, and I picked up someone else's suitcase. And I would never have known, because they were literally the identical suitcase. There was, neither of us had a tag on it, I don't think, that was specific to us, or the other person or me. I just happened to look at that luggage tag and was like, holy crap, that's not mine. So it can happen. What was I talking about? Baggage insurance. So if you get baggage delayed at an airport, then you can claim up to, I think it's $500 a day, or no, I'm sorry, $100 a day for up to 5 days per ticket. So I don't know, that's not bad. That gives you enough to buy some clothes, things like that. But look, there's a bigger story to this here, which is, or a bigger lesson if you like. Whatever you do, whenever you fly, if you've got 20 suitcases or 1 suitcase, bring in a carry-on on the plane with you that has changes of clothes, your contacts, your tampons, your whatever else you need as a human being to survive for a few days without your suitcase. Because if you don't, it's going to happen to you and you're going to have nothing to wear. You're going to have to spend the first day of your holidays going into town and buying all the shit you need for 3 days because your damn suitcase doesn't show up. And you know it will be the only time that your damn suitcase doesn't show up for 3 days instead of the next day, because you'll be in the middle of the Sahara somewhere when you're doing it. So always, always, always have a carry-on with you, even if it's a small one. Even if you only have a pair of underpants, a pair of socks, and a spare shirt. Just something that at least gets you by. Okay, so that's a top tip right there. Carry-on bag, always important to have it. I'm out of control. All right, so trip interruption insurance. If you're sick, you have to come home early. You're covered for, I think it's 20 grand, $10,000 per person. Is that good? Is it bad? I don't know. I've never had to use it. I hope I never will have to use it. But it is something that is covered. Foreign exchange fees. There are no foreign exchange fees, as you would expect with a friggin' travel card. But there you go. So yeah, so I mean, that's really the kind of nuts and bolts of it. So really, top down, you've got your bonus, 60,000 points right now. Phenomenally great bonus. You've got baggage insurance, you've got rental insurance, you've got 2 times points on dining and travel, and the transfers you can transfer your points to United, which gives you all sorts of airlines that are mentioned, or you can transfer to KLM, you can transfer to Southwest, JetBlue, Virgin, Brie. You've got a great list of places you can transfer your card to from airlines perspective. So, or your points rather. So yeah, that's really it. I think it's a great card. Oh, and it is a metal card, which is kind of cool. So when you give it to somebody, they're like, "Whoa, man, this guy knows what he's doing." It's because it's a friggin' metal card in your hand. Side note there, very difficult to actually destroy because it literally is a piece of metal in the middle of the plastic. Just worth noting. So yeah, so there you go. I think that's pretty much us done. I've managed to waffle on for about 20 minutes about this card. I am not in any way reimbursed for this by Chase. This is my feelings. I've had this card, I've owned this card, and I've used it. It was my first proper travel card, like I said at the beginning. I got great value out of the card, and after using it for a while, I moved on to a different card, the Reserve card. And that's something I want to do a review for, but that's really it. So thanks very much for watching, everybody. I know it was 20 minutes of your life you're never getting back. I hope it was even vaguely useful to you. Remember to subscribe, hit the little bloody bell, because when I start getting these videos out more often, you can jump on that bandwagon and waste your life watching my face. So that's great. That's it. Thanks, everybody. See you again soon.